Welcome to the Deep Dive, your weekly dose of what's really moving in the markets, brought to you by Kwolfs. We're building the TikTok of financial markets through live streaming community trading. And this week, get ready for a wild ride. We're diving into the world of meme tokens. They're not just silly internet jokes anymore, folks. These things are shaking up the financial landscape in ways we never saw coming.
It's really fascinating how quickly these tokens, often tied to fleeting internet trends, have gained so much traction,
Right. I mean, a squirrel-themed token reaching an $18 billion market cap, that's not just a blip on the radar, that's a seismic shift. It's like we're seeing echoes of the 2017 ICO boom on Ethereum, but with an extra layer of, well, memeness.
Exactly. And it all points to a fundamental change in how we perceive value. You remember the old days when things like earnings reports and PE ratios were the be-all and end-all. Now, cultural relevance and social momentum, especially online, seem to hold more weight than ever before.
So are we saying that memes are now like a legitimate financial indicator? Should I start brushing up on my Doge lingo?
Well, maybe not quite that literally, but what we're seeing is that the power of social consensus, that shared belief in something's value, amplified by the internet, is having a tangible impact on the financial markets. And this shift kind of coincides with some significant real-world events.
Like what? I mean, besides the fact that everyone seems to be obsessed with squirrels now.
Well, think about it. We've seen a major shift in U.S. economic policy over the past few years. Cryptocurrency is gaining wider acceptance, even from kind of unexpected places. Remember when former President Trump embraced crypto during his campaigns?
Yeah.
Even allowing donations and hinting at a potential acquisition of Bactid.
That's right. He seemed really into the whole crypto scene.
Exactly. And that's crucial because it added a level of legitimacy to this entire ecosystem, not just Bitcoin, but also this burgeoning class of attention-driven tokens. That, combined with the influence of social media figures like Elon Musk, set the stage for meme tokens to really take off.
Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. You've got this convergence of political shifts, social media hype, and of course the power of memes. But let's be honest, a lot of people still see meme tokens as a speculative bubble.
Well, they're definitely volatile, no doubt about that. But dismissing them entirely as just hype would be a mistake. Look at the data. Binance research shows that meme tokens now represent a significantly larger portion of the total crypto market cap compared to just a year ago. That kind of growth suggests there's more to this than just fleeting fads.
So even the big institutions, the ones who used to scoff at these things, are starting to take notice.
They can't afford to ignore it, right? We're talking about billions of dollars flowing into this space. It's a complete shift from the traditional model of institutional consensus driving the market. Now, social consensus, powered by online communities and influencers, is playing a much larger role.
This is where it gets interesting. So are you saying that everyday investors, armed with memes and Twitter accounts, are now calling the shots in the financial world?
In a way, yes. Platforms like Pump.fun are a prime example of how this shift is playing out.
Hold on. Pump.fun. I haven't heard of that one. What's the deal there?
Imagine a launchpad specifically for meme tokens. Anyone can create and list their own token, and its value is directly tied to community engagement. The more attention it gets, the higher its price climbs. We're talking about a complete upheaval of traditional financial metrics. The number of users, the level of hype, those are the new indicators of success. It's like a real-time social experiment playing out on the blockchain.
And it's actually working. People are making real money off of this.
Absolutely. Certain meme tokens on Solana, like BONK and WAF, have reached market caps in the billions.
Billions. From memes. That's just wow. But how do these projects actually gain traction? It can't just be about creating a funny picture and launching a token, right?
You're right. Successful meme token projects understand that it's all about community engagement and narrative building. Take BONK, for example. It wasn't just another dog-themed token. It tapped into this specific cultural moment on Solana, offering a lighthearted critique of perceived elitism within the ecosystem and generously airdropping tokens to build grassroots support.
So it's about understanding the nuances of online culture and crafting a narrative that resonates with a particular community.
Exactly. And Wivioff did something similar, leveraging a playful wife-changing meme to create a sense of shared identity and humor within the Solana community. They used their mimetic appeal to launch innovative DeFi products, demonstrating that even in a meme-driven market, utility and functionality still matter.
So it's not just about the meme itself. It's about how you use it to build a community and create value.
Precisely. And these communities are becoming increasingly sophisticated in how they evaluate and price social capital. They're developing their own internal metrics, their own systems of reputation and influence. It's a fascinating evolution to watch.
Okay, so we've gone from squirrels to presidents to billions of dollars in meme tokens. I have to admit, I'm starting to get a little bit hooked on this whole meme economy thing. But there's a darker side to all of this, isn't there? This obsession with attention, with going viral, it can lead to some pretty extreme behavior.
You're right. The desire to capture attention in this market can lead to some questionable, even dangerous actions.
Yeah.
There's a case recently involving a Pump.Fun developer, Michael, who live streamed a risky stunt that resulted in severe burns.
Yeah. I read about that. It's all over crypto Twitter. Tragic story.
Tragic, yes. But also a stark example of this this engagement multiplier effect we're seeing. Michael's token actually skyrocketed in value after the incident.
Wait, seriously? The market rewarded him for putting himself in danger.
Unfortunately, yes. And that's the unsettling part. It creates this perverse incentive structure where creators feel pressure to constantly up the ante to push the boundaries of what's acceptable in pursuit of that initial attention spike that can, send their token's value soaring.
It sounds like we're teetering on the edge of Neil Postman's amusing ourselves to death scenario, where entertainment and spectacle overshadow everything else. Are we heading towards a financial market where shock value is the ultimate currency?
It's a valid concern. We are seeing a trend towards increasingly controversial tactics. However, there are signs that the market is starting to recognize the diminishing returns of shock value alone. People are becoming more discerning, more aware of the potential for manipulation and exploitation.
So maybe there's hope that this whole meme economy won't devolve into a chaotic free-for-all, that we can find a way to harness the power of attention without succumbing to its darker impulses.
I believe so. And that brings us to the next phase of this evolution, where meme-driven attention converges with real-world utility.
Okay, that's what I want to hear more about.
Yeah.
Because right now, my head is spinning with squirrels, presidents, and people setting themselves on fire for internet fame.
Yeah.
Help me make sense of all this.
It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? We have this seemingly frivolous world of memes colliding with the very serious world of finance, and yet it's this collision that's driving some of the most innovative developments in the market.
Okay, but how do we bridge that gap? How do we go from attention equals value to something that feels more tangible, more sustainable? I get the whole community aspect, the power of shared narratives, but where's the substance?
That's the key question, and it's where this concept of a hybrid model comes in. We're starting to see projects that combine the attention-grabbing power of memes with the underlying utility of, say, decentralized finance platforms.
So instead of just a funny picture and a catchy name, you get a meme token that actually gives you access to DeFi services or maybe lets you participate in governance decisions within a protocol.
Exactly. Or imagine a meme token backed by real-world assets. Things like real estate, precious metals, or even intellectual property. Suddenly, you've got a meme with intrinsic value, something that goes beyond the hype.
Okay, that starts to make more sense. You're combining the viral potential of the meme with something concrete, something that has value, even if the meme itself fades away.
And think about the implications for traditional venture-backed projects. What if they could tap into this meme-driven energy to bootstrap their communities and generate early-stage buzz? It's about leveraging the best of both worlds.
You mentioned earlier that we're already seeing this convergence in action. Can you give me some specific examples? I need to see this hybrid model in the wild to really wrap my head around it.
Think about the evolution we've witnessed. We started with Bitcoin inscriptions back in 2023, which allowed people to embed data directly onto the Bitcoin blockchain. It was a relatively niche concept, but it laid the groundwork for what came next. Then, in 2024, the meme token explosion happened, leveraging the accessibility and affordability of platforms like Solana to create this whole new asset class.
And now you're saying that those two seemingly separate trends are starting to merge.
Precisely. We're seeing meme tokens being used to represent ownership in DAOs, fractional ownership in real-world assets, and even as access keys to exclusive online communities.
It's like the meme is becoming a gateway to a whole new level of utility and functionality. It's not just about speculation anymore. It's about access, about participation.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. We're not just talking about financial returns. We're talking about a new way of organizing and interacting online, a way of building communities around shared values and interests.
This all sounds incredibly exciting, but I'm also a bit overwhelmed. I feel like the rules of the game are changing so rapidly. What advice would you give to someone who's completely new to this space, who wants to get in on the action, but doesn't know where to start?
First and foremost, don't get caught up in the FOMO. It's easy to get swept up in the hype, especially when you see people making huge gains on meme tokens. But remember, this is still a very volatile market.
So don't throw all your savings into the latest squirrel-themed token just because your favorite influencer is shilling it.
Exactly. Take your time, do your research, learn the basics of blockchain technology, understand how cryptocurrency works, and explore different projects before you invest any money.
What about specific platforms or communities? Are there any you would recommend for someone just starting out?
Well, Kwolfs is a great place to start. It's designed to be user-friendly and educational, with a strong emphasis on community interaction.
That makes sense. It's like you guys are trying to create a more accessible and engaging way to participate in the financial markets, which is perfectly aligned with this whole meme token ethos.
Exactly. We believe that everyone should have the opportunity to benefit from this new financial revolution, not just the tech-savvy or the risk-takers.
So it's about education, it's about community, and it's about creating a more inclusive and accessible financial ecosystem. I'm definitely picking up on a theme here.
And remember, this is a learning process for all of us. The crypto space is evolving so rapidly. The key is to stay curious, stay informed, and stay connected with others who are exploring this exciting new landscape.
This whole conversation has been a real eye-opener. I feel like I'm starting to see the potential of this meme-driven movement, not just as a way to make money, but as a way to reshape the financial landscape and even society as a whole. But that we've talked a lot about the potential benefits. Are there any risks or challenges that we need to be aware of as this space continues to evolve?
Absolutely. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that this new attention economy doesn't just become a playground for the wealthy or the technologically savvy. We need to find ways to make it truly inclusive and accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or financial means.
So how do we do that? How do we ensure that the benefits of this meme-driven revolution are shared equitably?
That's where platforms like Kwolfs come in, by providing educational resources, fostering a sense of community, and creating a level playing field for participation. We can empower more people to take control of their financial futures.
It sounds like we're at a crossroads. We have this incredible opportunity to create a more democratic and decentralized financial system, but we also have a responsibility to ensure that it doesn't just replicate the inequalities of the traditional system. What does this all mean for the individual investor? How can they navigate this complex and rapidly evolving landscape?
That's a great question, and one that we'll delve into after a quick break.
All right, so we're back. And my head is buzzing with all these ideas about meme tokens, the attention economy, and this hybrid model where virality meets real-world value. Feels like we're on the verge of something huge. But how does the average person actually make sense of all this and maybe even find their own opportunities?
That's a great question. And honestly, there's no single right answer. This space is all about experimentation, adaptation, and learning as you go. But one thing I would emphasize is the importance of developing your own attention radar.
Attention radar. That sounds intriguing. Is this like some kind of sixth sense for spotting the next viral sensation?
In a way, yeah. It's about cultivating your awareness of online trends, understanding the dynamics of different communities, and being able to identify those early signals that suggest a project or a meme has the potential to take off.
So I need to be scrolling through Reddit, TikTok, and Discord 24/7, trying to decipher the secret language of the internet. That sounds exhausting.
It doesn't have to be that intense. It's more about developing a sense of curiosity, paying attention to what's capturing people's imaginations, and asking yourself, why is this resonating? What need is it fulfilling?
So it's about understanding the underlying psychology behind what makes things go viral.
Exactly. It's about recognizing those shared emotions, those cultural touchstones that can propel a meme from obscurity to mainstream recognition. And it's about understanding how those same principles can be applied to the financial markets.
Okay, that makes sense. But spotting trends is only half the battle, right?
Yeah.
What about actually capitalizing on them? How do you go from, hey, this squirrel meme is kind of funny, to actually making a smart investment decision?
That's where things get tricky and where the importance of due diligence comes in. Just because something is trending doesn't mean it's a good investment. In fact, often the opposite is true.
So don't just blindly follow the hype train.
Exactly. You need to look beyond the meme itself and evaluate the underlying project. Who are the developers? What problem are they trying to solve? What is the tokenomics like? These are the questions you need to be asking before you put any money on the line.
So it's about balancing your attention radar with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to tap into the collective wisdom of the community. Join Discord servers. Participate in online forums, ask questions, and learn from others who are already navigating this space.
It sounds like the key takeaway here is that the meme economy is not just about chasing quick profits or getting lucky with the latest viral sensation. It's about understanding the deeper forces at play, developing your own analytical skills, and engaging with a community of like-minded individuals.
Absolutely. And remember, this is still a very young and dynamic space. The rules are being written as we speak. What works today might not work tomorrow. The key is to stay adaptable, stay curious, and never stop learning.
Well said. Feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. As this convergence of attention and utility continues to unfold, I'm excited to see what kind of innovative projects and communities emerge.
Me too. This is truly a paradigm shift in how we think about value, community, and the very nature of the financial markets, and it's happening right before our eyes.
So to our listeners out there, I encourage you to dive in, explore this exciting new landscape, and see where your own attention radar leads you. And remember, Kwolfs is here to support you on that journey. We're building the platform that will empower you to participate in this new financial revolution and unlock the true potential of the attention economy. That's it for this week's deep dive into the world of meme tokens and the attention economy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration into the ever-evolving world of finance and technology.